Nutrition can be a very complex topic if you make it complex. But I'm here to simplify it for you and to ensure it works. My Dieting 101 guide at jimstepani.com breaks down fat loss nutrition into a simple step-by-step process that's easy to follow and has been proven to work for thousands of people. So refer to that free guide for the full scoop, but here's a few cliff note keys that you can use right now. Step one is to focus on protein. Now, high protein diets are not only vital for building muscle, but they can also aid fat loss. One of the main reasons for this is because when you eat a high protein meal, it boosts metabolism higher than a lower protein meal that's higher in carbs. Now, I recommend getting a minimum of 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So a 200-pound athlete would be consuming a minimum of 200 grams of protein per day. Now, step two is to not fear fat. We've known in the scientific community for decades that eating fat will not make you fat unless you just eat way too much fat. In fact, certain fats, like the short and medium chain fats and coconut oil, are preferably used for energy and rarely stored as body fat. Now, a fat-balanced diet is one where you're eating about an even amount of all three main types of fat: saturated fat, monounsaturated fat, and polyunsaturated fat. Now, I recommend getting about a 0.5 gram of fat per pound of body weight. So our 200-pound athlete is going to be consuming about 100 grams of fat per day. Now that we know our fat and protein amounts, it's time to figure out our carb needs based on our energy or calorie requirements. Now, first we'll need to figure out how many calories are coming from our protein and fat. Now, because we know that there's 4 calories per gram of protein, and we also know that our 200-pound athlete is consuming 200 grams of protein, that means he's getting 800 calories from protein each and every day. We also know that there's 9 calories per gram of fat. Our 200-pound athlete who's consuming 100 grams of fat is consuming 900 calories from fat. We add up those calories from fat and protein, and that gives us 1,700 calories per day coming from protein and fat sources. That means the remaining calories come from carbs. What remaining calories? Well, here's where a diet log comes in handy. And this is easy to do with most nutrition apps that you can find right on your smartphone. What you're gonna do is record 3 days of eating. You're gonna then average your calories each day. So let's say our 200-pound athlete is averaging 3,000 calories per day. We're gonna then subtract out the protein and fat, which we already know, 1,700 calories. That's leaving us 1,300 calories to come from carbs. Now, we also know that there's 4 calories per gram of carb, so that means our 200-pound athlete is getting at least 300 grams of carbs per day, or 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. So as you see, fat loss nutrition is not a simple calorie in versus calorie out equation. You get far better fat loss when your macronutrients are also dialed in. Now that you're more informed on fat loss nutrition, make sure you check out my 3rd video in this series, Fat Loss Supplementation, to really take your fat loss to a whole new level.